Host Dr. Travis Stork and Dr. Andrew Ordon join us now to talk about their two-day special. This is going to be huge, huge. So tell us a little bit about it, boys.
Well, you know, this season on The Doctors, we're doing a franchise called United States of Addiction and really focusing on this big epidemic, the opiate epidemic that is really basically any state in our country. We now know the death rate from these opiates has skyrocketed. And in particular, today, tomorrow, we're talking with Aaron Carter because he's coming on our show dealing with so many issues, but one of them is really a dependence on prescription medications. And so we're using Aaron's story not only to help Aaron, but to hopefully help people out there who may be struggling as well.
You know, and using somebody like Aaron, who made those big steps, hey, I have a problem, I need some help, having him on the show hopefully is going to lead to helping other people with similar problems, or people that have somebody close to them who's not seeking help. That's what we're trying to achieve.
Hey, Dr. Ordon, I want to start with you because my main question about a situation like this is going in, how do you elicit sympathy for a person like this? Because a lot of people see him as being privileged. He had an older brother who was successful and rich. He easily slid in there and was also successful and rich, and now he has a problem. How do you frame this so that, for lack of a better term, we care?
Well, this is a scenario that we've seen play out, unfortunately, too many times. You know, he was a superstar at a super young age, started singing at 7, megastar, and, you know, he had it all. Millions of fans. He wanted to be loved. He wanted to please. And, you know, he just fell into some bad habits, bad issues. He was prescribed medications for pain, anxiety, inability to sleep, vicious cycle. He got dependent on these medications, affected his overall health. So it's a whole cycle that's been created. We've got to peel back those layers, address each part of that issue, and hopefully come up with some solutions.
And I'll just add, he had a very dysfunctional childhood. So I think that's part of a lot of what he's dealing with.
Okay. Okay,
I tell you what, you could take away the singing and the stardom, and that story sounds very familiar to a lot of people. A lot of people. Is there a conversation we should have with our doctors? Say you've had an injury or an accident, and they want to prescribe you, some sort of medication for pain. What conversation should you have with your doctor? Should you tell them you're a little nervous about it, or you want to make sure that you don't take it too long?
At both of those, and I think always ask your doctor what are the alternatives. Sometimes, look, you need pain medication. Ironically, I recently had surgery on my spine, and I needed to take some pain medication. But the key is for as little time as possible, as low a dose as possible, but also any alternatives. There are so many great alternative treatments out there that actually treat the pain rather than masking it. Because remember, when you take a pain medication, like an opiate, you're masking the pain. You're not actually treating the root cause of the pain.
And, it's such a great question you're asking. The onus is on both the prescribing physician. I do surgery all the time. My patients are going to have pain, but I prescribe X amount, and then I tell them going into it that, there's a point in time is going to come where you're going to have to, as the pain gets better, you're going to have to deal with it in other ways. And as the patient, I've had surgery too, like Dr. Travis said, that I knew going into it, I was only going to rely on the strong stuff, the opiates, initially, knowing that I was going to wean myself off and find other ways to deal with it. You need to know that going in.
Very enlightening.
And tell your doctor if you've had an issue with addiction in the past.
That's a whole other issue, and we're going to see more and more of that people undergoing procedures, knowing that they're going to have pain or were in an accident. How do you deal with somebody who's had problems in the past with addiction, with opiates, but will have pain? So that's a whole different scenario that we need to address as well.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Important topic and very, very timely. Hopefully you can help some people with your series. We appreciate that, fellas.
Yeah, Dr. Travis Stork, Dr. Andrew Ordon, the doctors, weekdays at 1 o'clock right here on CW 31. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Have a great season number 10.
Have a good day. Thanks for having us.
You got it. I always learn something with those guys. They're always so candid. I like that.